Hello there, everybody! This is No Name Moment 7 Spore, and I am back once again with the German playthrough of Rule the Waves 2. Yes, this is what the current map looks like after our most recent war with France ended, where we stole the Falklands and Corsica from them. Uh, I want to quickly go over how cursed this world is. So we, as Germany, we have the Baltic states, we have Norway, we have Iceland, we have the Falklands, we have Madagascar, significant territories in West Africa, as well as Tanganyika, or Nyaka, or Nika, sorry. I feel like we have, all these by default, or maybe we don't have one of them. Uh, Kachu Bay, which I think we have by default. Laotung Peninsula, which we totally don't. Hokkaido, and Sakhalin. U.S. has Kamchatka. Didn't the Falklands belong to Britain? Yeah, that is a long story as to how we somehow have the Falklands. Because everything in this campaign has gone really weird. Oh yeah, and then there's Italy, who, lost Eritrea due to revolution, but somehow picked up Djibouti, so they still have commitments to the Indian Ocean. So the Falklands. So, Britain starts with them. They rebelled successfully. Then France took them over. Then we went to war with France, with, Britain and the US on our side, and took the Falklands back from them. Well, and took the Falklands from them as a war reparation. So now we have the Falklands. Because Rule of Waves 2 is fun. Missed the past two streams. Yeah, that's fair. They should be up on YouTube, though. So the first thing I'm going is I want to try to encourage a war with Italy. And we are going to build air bases on Corsica. And actually, we're going to make Corsica a little bit harder to invade. So, let's build a couple 6-inch coastal batteries. That would be really expensive. Maybe a 9-inch? Put a 9-inch coastal battery on Corsica, too. So we're going to build up Corsica, and we're going to try to start invading Italian territories in the Mediterranean. I'm going to go to medium spying on them. The other thing I want to do is I'm trying to look at our old ships here. Now, currently... No, that's not what I want to see. We don't have purpose-built CVs. And normally you unlock that technology around about 1925-ish. So given that it's 1931, I'm a little concerned that we might have skipped it. So, I'm trying to make some decisions in regards to how to rebuild ships right now. So, from what I've seen, it is probably best for me to continue to fill my coastal obligations, or my foreign station obligations, by just using destroyers. Although I probably have more foreign station obligations now. I'd have to actively check that. But yeah, okay, all those guys are short range, all those guys are in foreign station. So then, probably everything to the 900 tonners needs to be mothballed. As well as these guys. 'Cause, 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 Okay, these guys should be moved back to Northern Europe. Maybe what I'll do is I'll need to build a dedicated class of coastal destroyer. I might do that. I almost forgot how many destroyers you have. Yeah. I'm thinking if I do a dedicated class of coastal destroyers to free up some of these, that might help. Um, yeah. So that's what we're doing. Uh, I'm gonna move these two guys back to Northern Europe. So, the current thought process is I don't think it's worthwhile continuing to keep Dertan and Hessen around at all for anything. Because they're horrendously obsolete at this point. And even... Oh wait, hold on, I need to mess with air groups. And even as carrier conversions, I don't think they're particularly great. Okay, so I'm just going to disband my air groups right now, aside from probably Brandenburg's. And what I'll do is I will move Brandenburg's to reserve, so I still have a carrier's worth of air group in reserve. I'll move those guys to reserve. Okay, I think that's all the aircraft taken care of. That did save us some money. We're gonna be budget positive here in a moment, I think. As I start mothballing and reserving stuff. Money save tactics, your favorite part of Rule Lose 2? Yeah. So, Dirton and Hessen are not I mean, these three ships are horrendously obsolete. They cannot fight, in the environment of, roughly 3 to 5 years from now. The Dertons, as well as Prussian, cannot. The Moltkas and onwards arguably can. These guys might go obsolete more around like 19 or not. I mean, they're already obsolete, but they might go like properly uncompetitive in the late 30s, early 40s. Maybe like early 40s for the Seydlitz, late 30s for the Venettas and Moltkas. Um, what ships have I lost? This is what I've lost. So yeah, unfortunately we did lose some battlecruiser capital ships. Grafspee, Lutzau. These two hurt. These two kind of hurt too, although they would still be a little obsolete. And then Gobin, a little bit, although she was short range. Yeah, V1 was lost. Anyways, I don't see any point in keeping the Dertons around. Unless... I'm going to move you to Northern Europe for now. What I'm going to do is... I might mothball Hessen for the moment, and then scrap Dertan. And why I'm mothballing Hessen instead of scrapping her is... no, I think I'm just going to scrap both of them. I'm going to scrap both of them. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the smarter decision right now. There's part of me which wants to mothball them just in case I need more aircraft carriers for some reason. Until I get purpose built. But even so, I think it's easier to either custom design a battlecruiser for conversion into a carrier, which would be more efficient than either of these, because I checked, I can only get about 40 something planes out of them. Or that I'd have purpose-built CVs by the time I'm converting these two. I don't think it's worth it to keep Dertan and Hessen around. I will do that, though. You're running the match US 9 War time CV in 55. But we have Prussian, and if I go to open design with rebuild, she's slightly more modern. She has torpedo defense 1, which is kind of important, and she has just a little bit. I mean, she's a little larger. She has a little bit more space. We lost a carrier last war. If we go to ship sunk, we lost Vetten. She burned down. She had 41 aircraft, so she was a better one. What I want to do is I want to take Prussian with her TDS-1, slightly larger size. She's a little bit better convertible than a Dertan. I actually think that the plane count was identical, but she has TPS-1, which helps. So, Prussian is going to become Vetten's replacement carrier. Actually no, clear the turrets. We salute the Prussian. IJKST singles for dual purpose. So yeah, 26. I will go to a speed engine to get this that little bit of extra stuff. Remove these guns. Give her a flight deck. Clear the torpedo mounts. 4 AA directors. Cancel. I'll put 30 aircraft on. That should allow her, if I do a check, that should convert her into a CV. Good. So, okay, so let's just get a little bit more of this on. Yeah, more AA. And then load her up with as many planes as she can handle. 45 aircraft. So this is what I wanted to do. Prussian is going to become, you know, the next German aircraft carrier. Now, how do I actually want her to look like? Let me just Google German aircraft carrier World War II and go to images and just see what they're suggesting. Well, if I look on Google Images, it appears that there's a video by someone uploaded by Indian History of why Germany never had an aircraft carrier in World War II. And I want to see, can anyone identify that ship? Because I know which carrier that is. That's an American carrier. But yeah, for 40k ton, 70 plane CV. Honestly, I'm strongly considering refitting Veneta and Hertha. That's not Yorktown. That's not Yorktown. Maybe Yorktown down below, but no, that's not Lexington. I want to see if you can figure out which carrier that is. It's a much lighter aircraft carrier. Well, okay, I can't ID which carrier it is, but I can do it to one of two. Actually, let me... I'm just gonna quickly look them up here to see... It's not Midway. Here, let me move the other two tabs out so you don't see them. That's what it looks like. What carrier is this? Not Ranger. I'm just gonna quickly try to ID which one of the two it is. One of the two I'm thinking of. That one, or is it this one? It's not Wasp. Oh, it doesn't have to be a fleet carrier, you know. I said it's a carrier, I didn't say it's a fleet carrier. I do want to see if you guys know of this ship. I'm looking at like 50, you know. Yeah, it is fair. Okay, yeah, I'm not... Oh, wait, does it actually show anything on there? On the image itself? I'm just trying to ID which... I'm not seeing anything specific on the image itself which I can associate. I think the two ships I'm thinking of are pretty identical. 30 were made before the war's end. Yeah, this was made during the war, if I recall correctly. Yeah. I think it's... Okay, I think I know which one of the... Do I know which one of the two it is? It's not an Independence. Okay, I think I found it. I've ID'd which one it is. I've ID'd which carrier specifically it is, because I found the image again. Now, I will give you a hint. It is a conversion. It's not a Bogue. Alright, let me start actually drawing the decks on this. Okay, so it was Graf Zeppelin, but, hold on, I'm gonna look up German aircraft. It's not Akron. An aircraft carrier, world of warships, and see what bullshit, Wargaming came up with. How about low tier German? So look at there, like... It is a ship that was built, yes. Yeah, it was built. And it was a conversion, yes. Was converted from another ship. I do want to see if you guys can actually figure this one out. It's not Charger. Not Little Rock, not Des Moines. And the carrier was... Yeah, the carrier itself did exist, just to confirm that. Not only did the ship it was a conversion from exist, but the conversion happened, and that carrier was built and operated as a carrier. Not Princeton. Okay, let's do asymmetric funnels. We'll probably put them on the right side, because I think we have trended towards that with our previous carriers. How about we do single funnels? I don't know what Fey is, but not it. Farley, nope, not Farley. I'll just pretend this gun's like off to the side and just kind of do this. Bella Wood, nope. It's not Monterey. Nope, not Cowpens. Not Langley. Nope, not Baton. We didn't have a... I mean like a, that sort of thing. Or the island. Okay, so I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna make this. And how, if I want to make it more detailed, how best do I do that? You know, maybe we start with structure 1. Craft the flight deck out of that first. Then go to 3, but then we kind of have to do multiple things under it. Maybe I'll do like a... I could do a one of the higher structures, like a 4, and then go asymmetric and then build around it. Got me, you gotta look at more of the names. Okay, then. Are you sure you'll find it? You're not gonna spill till someone says it, are ya? Probably not, no. Was it a CVL or a CVE? Let me check Wikipedia. Neither. It's not Saratoga. Actually, let me... What do you mean neither? Actually, I figured out which one it is. I think I had it slightly wrong, but, yeah. Funnels in the picture ID'd it properly. You mean? What do you mean neither? I mean neither. She's not classified as either of those. It's not Intrepid or Essex. I did say it's not a Fleet CV either. Not Franklin. It's not an Essex. Not a Fleet CV. That should narrow it down a lot, but that's just gonna. I feel like that's just gonna leave you more confused. Not Shangri-La, not Bunker Hill. Ugh. Okay. Bit of a good stretch if you shoot down CV10. You know what? I might just do my normal. Part of me is like I might do the normal approach, but I could try to create the elevators on the same line, possibly. Do you know how many carriers the US built? Yeah. Yeah, and these are some of the most interesting ones they built. So I'll give you a hint. These are the only two aircraft carriers ever built with their form of propulsion. Or she is one of the only two built with this form of propulsion. San Jacinto? Nope. Not San Jacinto. Or, not San... San Jacinto? Jacinto? God damn it. I'm not pronouncing that right. I butchered that badly. But yeah. Aside from this ship and her half-sister, there's no other aircraft carriers built with the same form of propulsion. It's not Reprisal. You know what? Let me do this as Structure 1. And I'll go back over it as with Structure 3. Not Valley Forge, nope. Okay, and then I'll take Structure 2 and not Saipan. And I'll just quickly do some of this. Not right. Hold on, let's do... Nope, nope, not those. Was it a maintenance carrier? No, it was not a maintenance carrier. Oh yeah, I kind of like having that little bulge there. I'll try to get this kind of as the deck shape. Let me get the image again and move out the two, which would spoil it. What carrier is this? You can actually pay attention to the size of the aircraft as well. Alright, so now I'm going to go to structure 3 and make it asymmetric. I might actually bring it out a little bit more over this side. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's just put structure 4 kind of down the middle here. Asking what was it a conversion from? If I said that, it would spoil it. Oh, finally, ARC Trooper's gotten it. It's not Sable. It's not Sable, but it's Wolverine. Carrier is USS Wolverine. There she is. USS Wolverine. One of the only two paddle wheel aircraft carriers in existence. Converted from this thing. Used as a training carrier on Lake Michigan. And training vessels, I had to look at training vessel. I was really surprised to see a picture of Wolverine when Googling Graf Zeppelin, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'll see if they can figure it out. Yeah. It's a really interesting ship. Yeah, they had paddle wheels. This is a paddle wheel aircraft carrier. It was steamers. Yep. Converted from lake steamers. And then used to train pilots during World War II. Trip boats. Also, why did it look sailing by a large city? Probably because that's a picture of it sailing. Trip boats used by civvies. Probably because it's sailing by places like Chicago, Milwaukee. Yeah, it's probably either Chicago or Milwaukee. Um, since that's on Lake Michigan. And those are large cities. Large cities are near Lake Michigan. Again, Chicago and Milwaukee. They're big. Alright, now we can do a asymmetric superstructure with 3. So I'm actually going to start it on the center line, because... Actually, I'm trying to think about this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to go here down a side, then up again, do the elevators, and then down this side. And then we'll probably have another line going up. Although, I only have 24 points, so I'm not sure if that'll, be enough. You know what? No, hold on. I'm trying to think about how to do this. Okay, so we go down. Oh, we can cross over and then go down. Yeah, okay, that's what we do. The only paddle wheel... The fact that the only paddle wheel boats in the Navy were what you had. We do that, then go over center, then down. Let's try this. Okay, so I should bring it out a little bit to the side there. I'll actually make the back straighter. Screw it. What aircraft carrier in World War II was owned by an army? Some of the Japanese ones. Forget the exact names, but Japan had a couple which were. Okay, so okay, you know what? Let's move this one further back, actually. That's kind of where the funnel trunking would be, so I feel like if we were to have any elevators, it might actually be behind the funnels. But yeah, I'm going with whatever that Japanese aircraft carrier, one of those Japanese ones. I forget the exact name. It ended with a Maru. Yeah, Kitsumaru. About to say that. I was like, is that the name? Or is that just the name of some random merchant, which I remember? Please stop aligning it. There we go. Twenty, 22. Oh, god damn it. Just cannot do that. Okay. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to get one more point out of this. Oh, here's what we do. We do that, that, that. Then yeah, I'll just have one up. I'll just have an elevator more forward. And then have an elevator stern. Oh, and then I can only go back up to there because I'm repeating that line. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I can actually manage this somehow. Okay, how do we get this sort of elevator in? Or hmm. Okay, so if I want two elevators, I don't have the amount of points I need to do this. So if I start with the back one, then move forward, maybe? Because, like, the problem is I need 2 lines to complete on one side. So if I do like that, that's a little too far out. So if I do this, that, cross it over, and then go center again, it doesn't exactly work. Because then I'd have to close it over here. Let's actually try that, though. So, goodbye to structure 3. We're gonna... Well, okay, first of all, I'm going to take structure 4, try to put it along the center line there so that we know that that exists, but I'm also gonna do, like, this a couple times. So we have some more reference lines. Okay, now we have more, yeah, now we have more reference lines across the ship. So now we go back to structure 3 with the asymmetric. So let's put it, okay. So let's say, how do I want to do this? Let's say we start here. Go up, go over, do that, go out, go in. Okay, that's slightly below where it needs to be. Oh, that's an extra line. That's technically a problem. Because then I would have to do this line here. Is it even possible to do this with the amount of points I have, or is it like... Maybe if I just... Here. Let's try this again. So what if I did, like, went in here and then did that? And we don't have that center line going down the ship, though. What if I did one from the back and then the bow? That might be doable. Okay, so let's instead have this be just a little touch longer. Go out here. Go back here. Cross over. Do that. Then that. Then there. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, no, that would interrupt that back piece, though, so I don't think I'd be able to quite do what I want. So then go down the center here. Place our first lift here. I'll go between this section. then go down. So do remember, I am going to have to go like all the way back to the top. Boop. There we go. And then I get one line here. God damn it. All right. Okay, so how we're gonna handle this is I'm not gonna bother with the elevators here. We're just gonna do the flight deck. Means I'm just gonna closely follow the shape. Okay, that seems to have worked. That seems to have gotten me the desired shape. So now, structure 4 we can use for 2 elevators. Although let's put a structure 5 in just so we can kind of assess our center line. Actually, yeah, that looks good. And then we'll just we'll take structure 4, go down to here, create that, go down a bit more aft to about here. Then create this, create the aft elevator, go all the way down. Be a little further. And then get rid of structure 5. Okay, that looks pretty good. I see the chat's going on, or going off now about various carrier trivia. This is looking pretty good so far. Okay, so we need structure 1 and structure 2, and I do probably want to make these asymmetric at this point. Well, there are possibly some areas of symmetry I would want to have, but I'm not sure. Would I want to? Or would I not? Maybe we do like 2 for this. Well, the symmetrical ones are going to be, yeah, the symmetrical lines are going to be, that's good, but, you know, maybe what I do is I go to line set, create something with, this, just real quickly. So then we can have a little offshoot here, or like a, actually that might be a little bit too far back. So we can have a little offshoot like here, and I can make sure that these guys are followed asymmetrically. Actually, not. I'll just do like this. So that part will need to be symmetrical, but the rest of this doesn't have to be. Yeah. Okay, so asymmetric superstructure, 1. Okay, let's just start down here, actually. So, actually, no, I'll start up here. So we'll do kind of like sections like this. Go back. I like how you just stopped reading the chat. Yeah. I'm like kind of reading it, but I'm not paying attention right now. You know, let's just do that. We'll go over this way. You know, we'll go over here and put a little thing right here. Outcropping. I will try to figure out how to make these most efficient points-wise in the future. Okay, so then we'll do this. Oh, hey, I have to end it there. Okay. So then we go to structure 2. So I'll do something like that to start it out. I'll go back down to here. And then I'll do this. And bring it across. Snap it in place. Sound a bit different, new setup? No. I don't know why it would sound a bit different. Same microphone I've been using. Ah, we can do that. That'll work. That's actually looking really good right now. Alright, so then we can remove that. Yeah, okay, cool. And now we can build an actual structure over here. Okay, so how do I want to handle this? Well, so we're going to need a funnel. We have the funnel here, and we're going to need something around that funnel. So maybe we start with the funnel. So actually, I don't know. We need wherever we start at, we need to end at too. So maybe we don't start with the funnel. Maybe I start up here. Okay, so we can go back here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the funnel. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's do a snap. A little bit forward. Do a snap. Snap. Do a snap. A little bit more this way. Okay, you know what? Let's just carefully align this. Ah, God damn it. Thought I had it there, but apparently not. Okay, I'm trying to hit S and I'm hitting D instead like an idiot. Okay, so I see that I kind of built this weirdly. Okay, good enough. Go down. S. S. Okay, that'll be our funnel. And then we take this, bring it back. Down, actually, probably good ways. Bring it over here. Do that. I'm actually going to go out a little bit. Up. Actually, up to here. Snap. And then we're going to have a little additional outcropping. Forward. Past. Funnel. I bring it in a little bit. Damn it. Then put it here instead. And that's how we get by with max points. Okay. Maybe I just shift the these guys over slightly. Okay, up a little bit. Okay, there we go. And now we just need like a bridge structure and such. Okay, so I'll start with, let's actually go with like more of a box. I guess I just won't have anything in the rear portion of this. So that'll be left open. So normally I would go with a box, like just like this. But we need a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Hold on. So let's start. Let's start. We can do this. Hold on. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll have a box up here. Not here. Just go back this way. Do this back a tiny bit. Yeah, superstructure building with no name. No, don't backtrack, because that's just an extra point we don't need to spend. That did not work. Seriously? Like, I'm either one too short. I'm either one pixel too short or one pixel too tall. Okay, screw it. That's gonna be our superstructure for Prussian. I assume I cannot get an additional aircraft on her. Nope. So the other thought would be to Balcher. We lose 3 knots. It's probably not good to Balcher then. So we're gonna send Prussian in for that rebuild. And that'll be our replacement for the lost Vetten. So she'll become the 6th CV, and she does have the range to do it. So the Moltkas will become mothballed ships for defense at home. These guys will get mothballed as soon as possible. Okay, so I'm going to start by reserving all these guys. So we have 16 battlecruisers. So that means 8 of them should be mothballed. So that would involve those guys. So now we actually do have a little bit of extra money. And now what I want to do is I want to create a Colonial Service Destroyer, which I cannot do. Okay then. Yeah, okay, so I don't think I'll be able to get Colonial Service ships that easily, unfortunately. Normally you do cruisers or something, but it's not like I easily can do that. So hopefully we'll free up some more 500-tonners. Maybe it's smarter. Maybe it is smarter to build more, like, protection or coastal protection destroyers, but those would probably be some form of like 900-tonner. Well, not coastal protection, but more like anti-submarine warfare. Like a modification of the T-141. Um, Although it might just be better to free up old destroyers and build more fleet destroyers. Okay, so we are going to get one of those guys back soon. We have a little bit of money left over. But not enough. Not enough to do anything with. Yeah, I did cancel Doctrine. You know what, let's wait till the coastal fortifications are complete. That'll get me some money back. And then we'll decide what to do with that. Oh, awesome. Destroyers of 2,000 tons will be done soon. Okay, so we did get Destroyer back. These guys should probably be in reserve. That should be in reserve. That should be in reserve. No, you, that's a 900 tonner. That should actually be mothballed. You should be in foreign station. Hopefully we'll have enough on foreign station here. So we are currently making some money. How long will these take? After 2 turns, we'll get some of that back. Cool. Oh, better destroyers. I'm not allowed to build medium bombers, so I cannot take it. I do want to get another battlecruiser under construction. The problem is, I'm not sure I can right now, because I only have like half the budget for one. The other thought is I have been highly considering rebuilding these two into carriers, Veneta and Hertha. Because they are kind of obsolete, and I can get like 60 aircraft out of them. Okay. It's not a rule to take the most prestige event, right? Yeah. I'll do social reforms. That'll maybe hurt a little bit. I was probably building larger docks. Although we might have hit the point where we just don't need to. Yeah, 9 months left on building up that base capacity. Okay. We'll get a little bit back from the destroyers completing. Yeah, maybe I just save up for a bit. Yeah, go for the win. I would happily take France on again. Okay, new flying boat prototypes. Cool. Okay, these guys have better bomb load. What about range? This guy's got good range. Fairly low max speed, but, you know, that's probably the best of them. Okay, we're getting a little bit more money. Awesome, we got those 2 guns. I will sell that to Japan. And I think now we're going to begin construction of a new battlecruiser. So, you can see what I'm going for. Are these ones where I can get broadside torpedo mounts? Okay, I do want to try to get that deck up to 7 inches, though. Okay, we can go 6.5. But just not quite 7 yet. So, yeah, 19-inch guns. How fun is this? Probably very. Okay, we still have an air capacity of 2. Colonial surface. Yeah, no, not on this thing. Very fun. Yeah. I'll just leave the same superstructure. Oh yeah, improved secondary guns. Okay, there we go. And, I mean, she'll be able to be upgraded in the future, so that's good. Engine priority normal, range medium. Yeah, sure. Ooh, I'll take it. Guess more armor quality is good, though. As we're finally getting some of our ships done. So, okay, we have better armor quality now. That'll help. No, I do not want them created automatically. Part of me is like, I want to build it, and part of me is like, I want to rework it because our technology's just improved. I mean, we got 2 armor techs, but I'm not wanting to spend that money again to build it, so... There we go. But we're building a second one. Then, yeah, if we're building a second one, though, or a half-sister, or sister, then I'll make it a half-sister. Oh, yeah, I should probably, expand expand the air bases at Corsica. And go to high spying on Italy. Let's do average. I can take a little tension hit. Ooh, awesome. Ooh, awesome. I should probably get a new aircraft type too. Alright, so what aircraft do we have? So we did get a C variant of a torpedo bomber, so I probably want to keep that in service, because that'll probably be pretty good. Flying boat we got a B variant for. Fighter is a B variant. A floatplane scout's the oldest. I think we need a new floatplane scout. So I think we want reliability and range. Okay, we're about to get a bunch of destroyers done, which should help our budget. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on a good budget. Oh, yeah, and that carrier. We got Prussian out, too. Okay. So given the current situation, I think the moment Gneisenau's done, instead of building another battlecruiser, I'm going to go in and refit the Veneta. Oh my god, my internet's starting to drop frames. Why? Internet, why? Why are you doing this, Comcast? This has been happening very consistently, too. So the reason my, like, massive streaming streak just kind of got broken is the internet's been horrendous as of late. At least the upload portion of the internet's been horrendous. Okay, what was I wanting to do? Alright, did we upgrade Corsica? Yes, we did. Upgrade that capacity again. Okay, so Gneisenau, 6 months. I'll sell them the tech, screw it. Even if they are kind of my enemy. Screw it, I'll sell them the tech because I need money. Yes, we should extend the security arrangement. Yes, complete Scharnhorst with our best fire control. Yeah, sell. Oh, awesome. Better version of that flying boat. When you play FTD next, what am I gonna do? Probably just continue building stuff. Oh, now we have 20-inch guns. How nice. Oh Okay, better float plane scout. So bomb is good. We don't know what the reliability on these is going to be. Range is significantly better, though. I'll take the Arado. Let's request for a fighter and go probably maneuverability and speed. Okay, so I think at this point, we are going to convert the Venettas into CVs. And the thing with the Venettas is the Venettas have good range. So these, I mean, these are longer range, I mean, not long range, they're medium range ships, so they can go further. And that is going to be helpful. We'd also go down to 26 knots to match our other carriers. And these ones I can get like 60-something planes on. Okay, so I want to go down to 4-inch turrets, 1, and then D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, S, T. Clear the torpedo mounts. Put a flight deck in, delete the catapult, and then go to 30, reclassify as a CV. Then put the rest of this into light anti-aircraft, because light anti-aircraft is actually kind of better at preventing hits. So I think we're able to get like 60-something. 65 planes. And if we go up to 27, that's 64. I think we get a 64 plane air, or two 64 plane CVs here. I mean, that's probably a pretty good investment, which is why I was keeping Veneta and Hertha around, because I could do this to them. But when I play FTD next, it'll probably just be building building one of the ships from the Canada thing, which I've been doing a lot of. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this a more simple design than the previous one, since I mean that was a hellish superstructure to make. So we'll get big funnel. I mean, zoomed out, it looks perfectly fine. Okay, so structure 3, go off of asymmetric. Maybe I will do the, we'll try to do the elevators with this structure. Okay, so we do that. Actually, no. Bring it over to the side a bit. Do that. Go back to there. Back down as central as possible. So then I want to go up. Put in an elevator. That gets me to 9. How long do you want your funnel? Yes. Exactly. It's 10, 11, and then we can get 12 from here. Okay, so then structure 1 I'll use for some of the bow stuff. We'll do a bit of like this. Back there, bring it out again. Maybe a little too far. That. Back out. Back out there. Okay, so we can start out with that for 1, and then with structure 2, what I can do is I can start back here probably. So these will cost a pretty little penny to rebuild, but I think it'll be worth it. Now, this actually means I can commit structure 4 to additional detail or stuff. Or, yeah, additional detail. Normally I only get 2 structures for this. So let's make structure 4 asymmetrical. And then commit structure 4 here. Okay, so then structure 5 would probably be a little thing on top of this. Go down all the way over here, halfway, go out to one side, go out to the other, go back. And then put that there. And then somehow we still have structure 6 remaining. Which I can basically now do whatever the hell I want with. Okay, I want to look up... Okay, I want to look up, like, USS Lexington. Real quickly. CV2. I just want to quickly see what sort of deck markings an aircraft carrier without a catapult has. Or, I mean, maybe there's other stuff we model. Like, I have an idea. Actually, no, that's a little... No, should be maybe here. Just a single pixel. Go. Or here. Actually, you know what? Hold on. That's not looking good. Do I even want to do, like, this line here? Because I could just do that line. Maybe I just, yeah, maybe I just have 6 marked as a line. So what we do with 6 is we do this. Well, that's not centered. There you go, that should be centered. Go this way, snap it there. And now go down here. Yeah, no, snap it here. No, not snap. Just place it there, and then do the line out. Go over here, do a next line out. Okay. Do a next line out over here. I actually have no idea how this is going to wind up looking. Okay, that works. Okay, you know what? That looks good for the Venettas. We'll do this. And that'll allow for 64 aircraft. Alright, so those two will go in. Now that Scharnhorst is commissioned. Oh, hey, amphibious tractors, that's good too. Okay, so now we have 15. And I think that means that Eto Friedrich will be mothballed. But having these guys as aircraft carriers, you know, having a couple proper aircraft carriers in, that's going to help. So what we do with the remaining money is we work on destroyers. We work on a set of destroyers in the meantime. Okay, so we'll go for 2,000 tons. And I'll just see what I can get out of this. Yeah, I'll delete the structure. I'll make my own. Yeah, approved director, single one. Yeah, that's maximum. Do you want to focus more on gunboats or torpedo boats? I think is the big question. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do like a W. Oh, that is getting in. That is starting to run into the heavy center line issue. That's fixable. Maybe not H and I. Maybe F and G. And do we do H and I at 3? I mean, look at this. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 16 torpedoes and 5 5-inch guns, all which can be trained to a broadside, and we still have a little bit of weight remaining. Can we do like a D and E? This is scary. Okay, you know what? Let's do something cursed. Okay, so then not an L. Can't do an L. Can I do like an R? No. Can I do a Q? Is a Q allowed on this? W. Is a C allowed on this? Okay, so we now have 6 5-inch guns to a broadside. I'm gonna Q torpedo mount. Let's do D and E at 3. Maybe instead of the H and I, we do a Q. Why is this legal? Just why? Look at this destroyer. Look at it. Look at how much weight we have remaining. Oh man, we got 6 5-inch guns. How many torpedo tubes is this? 4, 8, 14 torpedo tubes? And we still have mass remaining. I like put that into another knot of speed if I want. Or, you know what I should be considering. Actually, I should probably open up this design instead. So instead of everything I've just done, because I screwed up. This is what I should be considering. I hate you. TDS-2 on a destroyer. Now, the interesting thing with TDS is, this was discovered, TDS actually gives a bonus to surviving hits from any source. I'll actually start this with 2 fire control. No, because we can get more anti-aircraft. Yeah, there is a bonus to surviving hits from anything with TDS. So if you get shot with a shell, having better TDS actually means that like your watertight bulkheads and stuff are better, so your ship is more survivable overall. It's more survivable from not just torpedo hits, but from any hit. So it's actually recommended now to build destroyers with TDS. And TDS-2 isn't really that much tonnage worse than TDS-1. There's also thought where I could go to 32 knots if I just really want to get a little bit more quality out of this. Go like 1 knot slower. I mean, hell, the B-98s did wind up 1 knot slower, so this is technically in line with them. Let's do oval funnels. So yeah, let's build a destroyer with TDS-2. Because that's fun. Now, I do think that the issue is we don't have great gunboat destroyers here. Although hopefully having like, you know, two on the improved director is gonna help a little bit more with not taking as many hits. Even if we don't have as many gunboat destroyers, you know, we still have fairly balanced destroyers here. As much as we could have gone like insane amounts of everything, I'm kind of thinking this is better. So let's get rid of structure one. I'm gonna do this. At, structure one is going to be. I'm gonna place structure one like here. Okay, and then we'll do structure two for this. You know, let's take structure two and put it a little bit further up, so it's kind of like that overlapping thing. How many guns can you put on a battleship? I think the most okay for main caliber guns, the current limit in game is 24. And for secondaries, I think your limit is about 44. Or secondaries and tertiaries combined, you can get about 44, I think, is your maximum. So if your guns are small enough, then I guess technically you can have up to, what would that be? 44 plus 24, 48, 68? 68 guns of various caliber on a battleship, as long as, you know, you can fit them in the tonnage. That's not counting anti-aircraft guns, which you can technically have more of. And you can always fit torpedoes on that too, even though those don't count as guns. No, I just realized this is a flush decker. Screw it, we're building a flush decker. That's a little too fat down there. Now here's what I'll do. I'll do this, close it there, then have it go back out. Have it go down, out, forward, and then like that. There you go, that works. And then 6 will be probably like a little mass thing up here. I'll take our forward funnel, move it back slightly. So this is legal, right? Yes, cool. So we'll spend the... Alright, cool. World economy's recovered. Oh, nice. 1% weight savings on machinery. Oh my god, we have a D model torpedo bomber. Oh, that's good. Alright, so... Build time is 16 months. So it looks like we can afford 12 of these. And we'll still be making a gradual amount of money. Ooh, yeah, that's a good tech. Okay. Um, Well, now I gotta use some of that money I have to start activating some stuff. So, actually, you know what? Maybe not our most powerful ships. I don't think we need them as much. These guys are cheaper and worth the same amount of points. So let's just get like 4 battlecruisers and then let's get our most modern set of destroyers active too. So all these guys are in Northern Europe, so we can just hopefully be like, hey, rebellion in Norway, we have ships active now. Um, actually, that's a good tech. We just sent our battle cruisers and destroyers out to bombard them, and the rebels are just like, nope, 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 no independent Norway. Norway, you stay German for the moment. Japan is now fascist. I'll take that. I'll take the prestige. Um, new flying boat. What's its range? Not as good as our current ones, so I don't think I'll take it. Italian. Fuck you, Italy. Even though that would make me money. Okay, so better fighter. Firepower is still stuck at 2. Um, we are getting maneuverability up, so I think that one's better. Press proposals for new aircraft. We have a really good torpedo bomber now, so I don't think we need a new one. Um, maybe we go for another fighter. This time, maybe speed and firepower. I will sell that to you. Baffled by the problems of deck edge lifts. Budget intention, probably against Japan. But Japan isn't... I'm not too concerned about Japan. It's a new Philippine Scout. It's actually pretty good. I'll take it. Oh yeah, that got our monthly balance up. Interesting. Okay. So... yeah, do it. Oh, improves invasion capability. Alright, so let's take the Lutzow design. Now that we have all these improvements, give it a 7-inch belt. And increase it until we can build it. Friedrich Karl? Okay, cool. Yeah, no way. Sticking with 19 inchers. Eartha and Veneta have finished construction. Yeah, cooperation. Okay, double gun mounts on destroyers is good. I will take that social reforms thing. I'll take that prestige hit to try to get some more stuff. Yeah, I'll sell that to the US. Okay, now we can get oxygen-fueled torpedoes. That's interesting. New fighters. Oh, they can get heavy bombs now. Awesome. So maneuverability is still pretty high. Toughness on this one's pretty good. Speed's a lot better. Firepower is still kind of lackluster, but I think that's a good one. And now... yeah, I'll sell that to Britain. Floatplane scout. Okay. Not great. Speed's good. Everything else is great. I mean, I'll take it. Okay, so Friedrich Karl is now being built. So we're not gonna get enough money back from the T212s to do much. Actually, I need to check something, because I guarantee you we can do another improved bases at Corsica. And I'm still trying to warmonger against Italy here, and they're not biting. They're not biting yet. But I want to warmonger against them more. And this is going to be that's going to be an awesome ship. So, what I want to do right now is I want to go and we're going to start by designing a CV. And I cannot build this at the moment. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and instead build it as a battlecruiser. And actually, I'll probably want to redo the hull flight deck. We're redoing the whole. I'll implement an actual custom flight deck later. How about? Okay. So let's stay as let's stay as a CV right now. I want TDS-4, and then I probably want to get 80 aircraft on this thing. So I don't want a belt, and I don't want a deck, but I'm gonna have to take them. So this would mean that I would probably need. Let's go to a 30,000 ton ship. Okay, so we convert this back into a battlecruiser. Clear the turrets. So let's deal with like 16-inch guns. So if I hit check, no, and we reduce this down to 0. Okay, so let's say I go with like 2 inches of each. So we go 0 there. Cannot be identified as any legal ship type. 2 and 2. Okay, do I need... Let's say I go with a 4-inch belt. Okay, so this is technically buildable, right? This is... Let's do like 8 aircraft. Oh yeah, I'd probably... Okay, it is all or nothing. Okay, so this is technically buildable. So let's say I go down to 3.5. Let's say 28 knots, just to get a little bit more. Okay, so we can do a 3.5. Can I get rid of the deck armor? Okay, we must have an armored deck. Okay, I can get 1 inch of deck armor to just kind of maximize the cost. So let's say we put a flight deck on it and then get like 80 airplanes. Okay, we're within range right now. So what I need to do now is I need to put all of the additional mass into stuff which can just easily be removed. Identified as AV 6. Actually, maybe not as many main turrets. It might be better for me to just get lots of secondaries. With a lot of armor on him. Okay. Okay, so this is technically viable. I think... Is this legal? That's legal. This is legal! I can build this. What is this? Carrier conversion fodder. Actually, look at how cheap it is per month. 2735. So, I don't have purpose-built aircraft carrier technology unlocked yet. I've not been given it. So my current thought is when these destroyers start coming out, I'm going to build one, possibly two of these, and just convert them into a pretty good fleet carrier. This hideous... But just in case it winds up being used in combat for some god-awful reason. Actually, let's take our secondaries down. And take our turrets up. Yeah, just in case this thing winds up being used in combat for some god-awful reason. I'll do this. So it's at least a little bit better, slightly better of a design. Actually, that's a little cheaper, so let's do this. Yeah, it's only about like 3,000 a month, so we're fine. And then, yeah, we will rebuild this into a aircraft carrier when it's done. And hopefully it shouldn't cost that much to do the rebuild. And then I will create a new superstructure for it when it's actually in service as a aircraft carrier. So you know how Jackie Fisher liked the large light cruiser? I think we've just built a large light cruiser. Yes, this is a German courageous. Let me get a photo of this and just post it in Urlui's. Why would anybody build this? Why would you not build it? Let me yeah, let me post this in Share Your Designs chat. This is what the Navy calls a quote-unquote warship. Yeah, okay, that'll help. No, I won't get that yet. You know what? Fine, I'll sell it. Oh, we got welded hull. So I was right not to buy welded hull. Awesome. 10 destroyers are commissioned. It's pointless! It's absolutely pointless! Oh, man! Alright, so we're getting our new destroyers done. Let's design a CV. And we're 1 month away from completing the remaining ones. Like a dog that's to be tracked out and shot. Well, it's not being built anymore, so, yeah. Okay, so let's actually think about this. So what's our spotting value? Our spotting value there is 42. So I want something with a good spotting value to get a good size strike of torpedo bombers underway. So I have my trusty calculator here. And let's see, so we probably want to divide it into, what, maybe 3 flights? So yeah, probably a fighter escort, and then 2 flights. So we need something divisible by 3. So if we do 12 times 3, then that's 36. If we do, say, 16 times 3, that's 40. We would need a spot value of 48. At what point do we get a spot value of 48? 92. So we could try to go for a 92 aircraft carrier here. That's probably what I'll do. So, I'm not going to say squadrons of 16, but probably squadrons a little more than 16. But, you know, during launches, I'll try to restrict it to squadrons of 16. Okay, so remove the secondaries. No secondaries, no armor for the main turrets. Place a set on the other side. Can I do an H? Will that work? That'll work. No deck armor, no deck extended, no belt. Oh, design the thing needs to be fired then lined up against a wall then shot. So I guess this is Europa now. Might go down to 28 knots just so it's a little cheaper. It's not that much more expensive to build it at 30. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of extra weight remaining. I think that's better trying to get more of that light anti-aircraft. Light anti-aircraft's better at forcing enemy aircraft away. But I am going to completely reconstruct the superstructure here. So, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Interesting, that's structure 4. Goodbye, and then goodbye. Okay, asymmetric funnels. So this is our first purpose built. We finally have access to purpose-built aircraft carriers. And yeah, Peter Strasser is not going to be built at this point. Right now, actually, okay, let's think about this. So, we have 4,243. I could probably get 2 of these things assembled. We'd be about 1,000. We'd be 1,000 over. But Lutzau's almost done. But we'd be probably building a second Friedrich Karl. But we're going to get an extra like 1,200 back from the 3 remaining T212s. So I could build 2 of these things and 2 battlecruisers simultaneously. And that would be good. The problem is, it looks like France and Russia are getting more pissed off at us than Italy. And I think we've hit the point where after the next war, the Moltkas and possibly the Seydlitz are going to be scrapped. I might keep the Seydlitz around a little longer. And I don't know, I might keep both of them around a little longer. But I do think it was a good idea to convert the Venettas, since those are actually going to be decent aircraft carriers. It was designed as a war crime. Okay. I mean, there's probably some crazier stuff in real life. Oh wait, why am I doing Structure 1 with this? I should be doing Structure 3. This is probably some crazier stuff in real life that's been, thought of. Warships. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take 5, just kind of run it down there. Turn it to a line, and then we're gonna have 4 and do asymmetric on 4. 4, I want to start from the center. Probably to here. So I could go down and then up, and then I probably want to do this. I might only do like 2 elevators on this. Have you seen USS Corsica little warships? Oh yeah, that's a war crime. I don't know why they put that into the game. That should not have been put into the game. There's reasons why I'll never touch World of Warships again. That's one of them. If I make 4 a line, that'll work. Okay, so now we need structure 1, which needs to not be asymmetric. Answer is money. Yeah. Answer is wargaming is greedy. But I far long ago hit the point where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not playing World of Warships anymore. I guess it was technically real design. But it wouldn't have worked. I mean, assuming that it would have worked on Wargaming's part is extremely optimistic. I'm going to take this funnel and move it back a bit. Oh no, that's the back one. I'll move that one over here. Then this one over here. Actually, you know what? Do this. Small indent there. So these funnels will be kind of curving a little bit. So hopefully we can actually get this ship done in time. Before the next war starts. Honestly, there's a good portion of me considering not laying down a second Friedrich Karl because we're so close to war and just laying down a bunch of destroyers. Okay. God, why is my wrist itching? I don't know. And then yeah, let's just put a little structure on this. So I'll do a box here. So we'll go up here, and then I'll do another smaller box inside. I hate it when it's like I need to move the mouse by a pixel. That'll work. It's not the prettiest design, but it'll do. Alright, so that will be Europa. I could piss off France more. No, Peter Strasser. Alright, so. Oh, awesome. Ah, fine. There we go. Ooh, awesome. New flying boat model. Crest proposals. Alright, so what's our oldest now? So we got a lot from 1934. Our torpedo bomber is 1933, but it is a D model. Let's do another torpedo bomber. So maybe range and actually maneuverability is supposedly pretty good. Giving them pain. Yeah, not by what we can develop for ourselves. Actually, you know what? Let's... This is not going to be Graf Zeppelin. This is going to be Peter Strasser. Alright. How's Corsica doing? 5 months left. Oh, France tensions have declined. Ooh, that's probably good tech. Ooh, nice. Alright, so now... I want another, Friedrich Karl. So, Blucher. Yep, and now we are losing money. But, we have Lutzow in service. Take a cruiser. There we go. Okay, now we're finally getting the tensions with who we want to get the tensions with. I'm going to actually activate Lutzow, Gneisenau, Scharnhorst, and get our newer destroyers active. Not fit within our requirements. Ooh, new model of the flying boat. Take it. Yes, we should extend the security arrangement. I will sell that to Britain. Better 10-inch guns research, like they matter. New torpedo bomber prototypes. Let's see. So, currently we have a D model, which means that these are probably going to be a little worse. Or at the very least similar. So, maneuverability is better. This one has the best maneuverability, and also the best range, and also the best speed. This one is actually pretty superior to our current one, so I'll take it. So Italy, France, and Russia are all starting to get a little bit angry. Okay, now it's France getting angry. No, thanks. Ooh, radar. Fine. I will... Social reforms apparently do help with the long-term prospects of the nation. Okay, now we have pissed off Italy. So I think at this point we go gunnery training, apply, and we ready up a couple of our carriers. Probably need the Hansas active. Although, I'm probably only going to activate Hansa herself rather than Rune. And also get our older sets of destroyers ready. Our newest 2 groups of destroyers here are going to move into the Mediterranean. Lutzow is... Yeah, okay, these guys are ready. Actually, you know what? So I'm going to send Lutzow and... Actually, what does Italy have? 13 battlecruisers. I'm going to move you guys into the Mediterranean. I will move you as well into the Med. I'll actually activate Rune as well as those guys. 2. We'll get Prussian in Vetten active. Move everything... Move everything out of the reserve fleet. Gonna cost a lot. I think we're gonna have to halt construction on Blucher. Alright, I need to expand the air bases over on Corsica. I'll probably move some of these guys into the reserve fleet too, so we have a little bit better of an ability to do with subs. Why does everyone else build a bunch of battle cruisers? Because they're trying to counter me! Okay, so reserve air groups. So I know two of these. I think this belongs to one of our carriers. Is that Brandenburg? Yeah, that's Brandenburg's air group. I'm going to copy that air group, paste it onto Prussian. And I'm just going to stick the rest in fighters. Okay, and that's the Cagliari air base. Or Cagliari, is that it? No. Is that airbase Cagliari? I don't remember the name. Whichever airbase is. Oh no, that's St. Florence and Bonifacio. These are the two. When building battleships be better. They decided that I have so many battle cruisers. They're like, oh hey, we need those too. We'll get a group of 8 fighters at each airbase. But it's very possible we could go to war with France first and be totally unprepared. Let's take the number down to 12, maybe. Okay, so then in reserve we have these guys. And just in case, hold on, which base should they be at? If we're fighting France, probably at Emden. Okay, base overview. No, coastal fortification. So we're expanding those guys. We should probably expand Iceland. Then probably Emden. Hey, Sampa and Hey Beast. Is it going? Been little? Yeah, it has been. Yeah, let's expand all the ones in Germany. Probably not gonna need to expand the ones in Baltic states as much. And if we look at the map, where could we wind up fighting France and potentially invading France? It's possible we could fight them over here, but I feel like it would be in the It would be over Northern Europe and the Mediterranean. Blockade them in Northern Europe, and then fight them in the Mediterranean. If it winds up being Russia, though, but tensions with Russia are declining, so I kind of don't think it will be. Oh, Britain's expired. Interesting. I'll take that tech. Bleeding money, though. But I will sell those rights. Oh, improved model of that fighter. Aircraft types. We probably need a new one. So we got, yeah, we got fighter. Field bomber is not very old, but we're developing a new one. Philippine scale. Flying boat. I think we need a new flying boat. Oh, we do have an E model from this year, so maybe not. So okay, we can build. Planes Italy. Oh no, German. Yeah, we can build 4 types of planes. That's the fighter, the flying scout, flying boat, or floating scout, fighter, and torpedo bomber. So we got the torpedo bomber. We got it. Yeah, we have one of each of those this year. The float plane scout's the oldest. Although we have a lot of different float plane scouts in service, so let's do another float plane scout. Maybe reliability and speed this time. Just have a little bit different priorities. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so we're trying to force a war with Italy. That hurts. Come on. Oh, can I expand improve the bases there? Yes, I can. Come on. Italy, go to war. Bring Italy before they can betray you. Smart. Yeah. It's possible we'll go to war with France. I need a warmonger as much as possible now, though. Okay, cool. New floatplane scout types. Ooh, we get 4 now. So, speed's gone up, range is... this one has good range. Seriously? Okay, so it looks like we are gonna have to fight Italy here. Should not compromise on anything. Come on. Alright, halt you. Sure. Sure, buy it. That gives us another month. I don't want to fight Japan. Come on, Italy. Italy, declare war. Okay, aircraft types. What do we get? What should we get now? Oh my god, it's 1937. Seriously? Italy, go to war. Oh, another torpedo bomber. Maneuverability and speed, maybe. Seriously, Italy. Fight us. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. No thanks. We don't need that. Improve the bases there again. Seriously, Italy. What the fuck? 5? What exactly is the ruler's base? Not a Steam. It is a third-party buy. Right now. Um, 5 additional battleships? I'll do in a course, sir. Um, so I must have 6 building? But where? NWS.com? Okay, seriously? Seriously, Italy. Yeah, sell that. Not having an alliance with Britain is really hurting as well. Um, okay, you know what? What I could do is I could halt, wait a turn, design a new ship. Um, okay, so we need a lighter battlecruiser design. So I think we'll go with only 16-inch guns. What I might do is I might only go with 6 of them. Actually, let me open up a different ship. Something smaller. Yeah, I'll try let's open up Hindenburg. So I'm gonna get rid of V. I'm gonna increase that. Alright, we don't have any AA directors on any of our ships, unfortunately. So just remove those as secondaries. Go down to 4-inch dual secondaries there. Yeah, 2 inches of armor. Oil firing. 7 inches of deck is preferred. Oh, right, okay. their old site went down. They have a new site now. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. It's in the Discord. nwssoftware.com. That's their current site. Yeah, but he wants 5 battleships in 1937. Although I think I can get by with only 4 of them. 4 of these. If I just halt the current one I have long enough, it'll technically count. So that's what I'm gonna do. Do 2 quads? No. Just get kept behind a 90-0 website. Alright, we need more. We need better turret armor. Maybe I go with like a 5-inch deck just to reduce costs sufficiently. Yeah, 40,000 tons. Okay, increase that a little bit. Actually, take our secondaries down to nothing. No armor. So yeah, these are not gonna be great ships. There is some thought, though, that we could also build them as short-range vessels. But that does mean that we couldn't deploy them overseas. And save more money that way. Because building 4 of these is like 16,000 per month. But I think we're just gonna have to. As a build system, could you do a purely offensive build with overlap turrets on the front gun deck? I mean, you can only do an A and a B technically. But I mean, you're looking at the build system right here in terms of what it allows for. But yeah, you can technically do somewhat overlap turrets, but it only allows you like you know, A and B, so you can only get one turret super firing over another. But yeah, you can build offensively, you can build defensively or balanced or whatever. Um, you know, whatever suits what you're trying to accomplish. Then back here, we will have another kind of a tower. I can't quite do what I wanted, so I'll just do that. Procedural looks of it, at least in the deck, yeah. Yeah, sell that. I need money. Okay, new torpedo bomber prototypes. Less firepower, which isn't great. This one has the best range. Yeah, but less maneuverability. I think maybe this one's a good balance. In that 10 maneuverability, because I think maneuverability helps with hitting stuff. And we got an upgrade to our current torpedo bomber design. How about we go fighter? Go speed, and we'll see about firepower. Okay. There we go. We got the treaty with Britain again. God damn it. I couldn't get it done in time. I tried. Not now. Actually, no, just resume. I tried to do it, and just 1 month. 1 month too far. There was no way to get that done in a reasonable length of time. With the money situation I was in. All right. I think Europa and Peter Strasser should get air units. No, we're gonna go to war with Italy. Let's auto add and just see what we get. Okay, so how come your torpedo bomber is twice the firepower of your fighter? I don't know. Okay, so I don't exactly want this lineup here. Let's disband one of these air units and split it between everything else. So I think we need 16 for each of these. Actually, no, let's get 2 torpedo bomber groups. We want 16 in each of them. And I'll change the number in each to 20. We will disband the remaining torpedo bomber group. This game, right? Torpedo bomber just more against ships. Well, yeah. Yeah, torpedo bomber is your anti-ship thing. Experience is apparently veteran for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, we have 20. If we have 20 torpedo bombers, what we can do is we have a spotting value of 48, so we can launch. Yeah, we could launch a strike of 16 of each of them, and then a strike of 16 fighters. So I'm going to change number on this fighter group to 20. Actually, you know what? Let's try. I want to see what numbers 92 is divisible by. So 92 divisible by 2. We know it's divisible by 2. It's divisible by 2 again. So it's 23 times 4. Okay, so let's get this group up to 20, and then add in another fighter unit of 12. We will copy that air group and paste it on Peter Strasser. And I think now that these guys are worked up, they should probably move into the Mediterranean. And now that we are about to see combat in the Mediterranean, so I think the 2 Mackinsons should be activated. And I do think we're going to have to send all these ships into the Med right now. Alright, we need to send a couple more carriers into the Mediterranean too. What does Italy have? Okay, they have 2 CVLs, so we're gonna be throwing 4 fleet carriers at them at the start. Unfortunately, a lot of our ships are having experience issues just because of what we have in the Med. I'm gonna halt construction on our on Blucher. Fine. I'll take that. Even if that decreases tensions for some reason. Does not fit our requirements. Come on. Seriously. Piss off Italy, please. We have a bunch of stuff in the Mediterranean. We're trying to force a conflict. Alright, so we got new fighters. These ones, I probably want one of the ones to carry heavier loads, so it's one of these 2. Probably this one. Hey, firepower's finally going up. Alright, let's get a new flying boat then. So I probably want speed and range. Fine. Probably take on both Russia and Italy at once, if I need to. God damn it! Go to war already, Italy! I've been at a high active fleet status for years now. Fine. I'll take the tension. There we go. Awesome. Interesting. Ooh, nice. New flying boat. Okay, we are at war. War has started, and we're gonna be fighting Italy and Russia at the same time. Okay, what does Russia have? See... Yeah, okay, we're gonna... Okay, so I'm gonna pull these two back to Northern Europe. And give them air groups. Alright, so what is their spotting value? Open design. Their spotting value is 34. So what we want to have on them is we want to send 34 planes out. You miss the war, catch you later. Alright, cool. Hope you're still doing your KSP campaign. Yeah, I am. I'm still doing that fairly regularly. It's just right now I'm having issues with the internet being crap on a regular basis. But, you know, I'm gonna be juggling that in this for a bit, I think. And maybe also a little bit from the depths. Alright, so if we split this in 3, it would be about 11. Okay, so let's say 34. Let's say we have a group of 10 fighters. It gets us 24. That would be 12. So then, add an air unit. Torpedo bombers. We want 12 of them. Add air unit. Oh wait, no, don't do that there. Add another air unit. Go to torpedo bombers. Add 12. Add an air unit, fighter, and 10. Okay, so those are our main groups. Now, with these torpedo bombers, we probably need more. We probably need backups. So I'm thinking 15... I'm thinking 16 on each. And then we'll take our fighters here up to 14. And then we'll add another air unit of just fighters. Actually, you know what? We'll change the number here to 16. And then, actually, we'll change each of these numbers to 16. So, copy that air group, paste it here. Okay, so we have a lot of our capital ships down there. So I gotta activate these guys to actually fully counter the Russians. Trade protection. So everything which is mothballed here basically has to go to trade protection. Okay, you guys are also trade protection ships at this point. But all these guys have to be activated. Alright, so I'm gonna pull back maybe 6 of these guys back to Northern Europe. But, oh yeah, these guys are trade protection as well. I'm gonna send these guys here down to the Mediterranean to help compensate, and plus a group of 6 of these guys into the Mediterranean. So Europa and Strasser will be in the Mediterranean for now. Venetas will pull back into Northern Europe. I think Brandenburg and Prussian will move down into the Mediterranean. So that'll give us 6 carriers in Europe, or Northern Europe, 4 in the Mediterranean. So, Braunschweig. Okay, torpedo bombers. Actually, what is the spotting value on these guys? So you have a spawning value of 36. Oh no, that's 36 total. 20 and 23. So we have 20 and 23. 20 would get us what? We have a group of 16 torpedo bomber. No, 14 and 6. Let's do 12 and 8. 12 and 8. Okay, so torpedo bomber, 12, and then add a fighter unit of 8. And now let's change that fighter unit to 10, so we have a couple backups, and the torpedo bomber unit to 15, so we have some backups. And then the rest of that needs to be fighters. Copy that air group, paste it here. Now I will paste that air group here, but we're going to increase the amount. So this one we have a strike package of 23. So I think I will want the 10 fighters here still. But we're going to change the number of torpedo bombers. So normally we can get 15 torpedo bombers because we'd get that bit extra. So I'm going to increase it to 18 and then use the remaining 4 planes here. Copy that air group and paste it here. Alright, so we do have some aircraft at Emden. I don't think we want aircraft at Emden anymore. These guys, I'm actually going to take these guys and put them in Iceland. So that will be Reykjavik. You guys can get more. So I think I am going to put some of it into fighters. And then see if I can get groups of, larger groups of torpedo bombers. And then copy this air group. Alright, so if we look at the map, I probably want some of these at maybe not Emden. Maybe like Swimund or something. Copy air group, paste it there. Might be good to paste it at Kiel. Might be good to paste it at probably won't. So now we need a different version of this group for, like, say, Palau, where we can bring these back to 12, that back to 12, and then this back to, like, 8. Copy the air group at Palau, place it at Riga, and Libau, because we're likely to fight in this area. And Reval. I need that in Reval too. Probably also Danzig would be good. And do we have an airbase at Kolberg? I don't think so. So then over at Emden, I probably also want something. So that will be a flying boat unit of 6 at Emden. Copy that and paste it to Tonder as well. And yeah, paste that to Wilhelmshaven. Okay. So Russia is also over here. So we don't have the US with us, but we do have everything else. I don't think Russia's going to be trying too much at Northeast Asia, but just in case they are, I think it would be a good idea to send a single battlecruiser over there, and preferably a lighter one. So I think that's going to be Seydlitz going over into Northeast Asia. Fortunately, money-wise, we're having some issues. It's very possible that I scrap Blucher. Yeah, just so we don't have as bad of money issues. It's a little annoying that I got to do that, but got to do what we got to do. I mean, we're gonna be really low on money here. So invasion planning. I cannot invade. Of course, I can't invade Western Russia. Can I invade Finland? Nope. Okay, Russia doesn't have any targets which can be invaded, but Italy does. Okay, so now my best battleship is in Northern Europe, right? Our best battlecruiser is in Northern Europe to try to deal with some of the Russian battlecruisers. Um, Although both the Russian and Italian ones are pretty garbage. We have this group in the Med and then another group in Northern Europe. What I'm gonna do is I'll move the Hansas out to Northern Europe, and then I'll place Derflinger and Hindenburg in the Med. So we'll do a nice little swap there. Actually, you know what? Actually, how many does that give us? Okay, so we do have to have the Moltkas in Northern Europe. That would give us 5. It would give us 7. 3 of our strongest ones. 4 of our stronger ones. And our Mediterranean fleet's probably stronger, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 9 in the Mediterranean. All right, so hold on. Move ship. Cancel ordered moves. Doesn't work. Let's just go Mediterranean. That work? Move ship. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't help. Maybe that'll work. There we go. That worked. All right. So, yeah, we're keeping that ship in Northern Europe. This is gonna get hairy. Moving some stuff around, but this is gonna get a little hairy. We're gonna have to fight both Russia and Italy at the same time. Accept that. They decline. Accept that. Great. It's gonna be this glitchy again. Just run back to port. They have a cruiser, we don't. Hopefully we can launch some aircraft to spot them. But you know, we do have Britain on our side, so that's at least good. And our training is enacted. But yeah, no way I was gonna win that fight. Okay. And now Italy joins in. Yeah, victory points reset. Oh god, yeah, now our monetary situation is really, really, really bad. I gotta find a way to cut money. So the hope was to invade an Italian possession like Sardinia. But I think I'm gonna have to do 0% research in order to do that. Or the other thought is we go for Tunisia instead. Although it might be easier to go for Sardinia, because then we'd have actual air cover. We have to improve the bases at Corsica. Okay. Enemy coastal raid, I'll accept that. Oh, we're sinking so many subs. Maybe don't target Sardinia. Not yet. We don't have sufficient force superiority in the region. Actually, let's look at the destroyer count. We're okay. Accept that. Attack enemy ships in general. Awesome, we got some British ships here. Ooh, fun. Alright, so the British get Battleship Division, Irresistible, Repulse, and Leviathan. These all look like Nelsons. I'm going to ask you guys to form on Hansa instead as a core group. Schwaben should be a support. That is correct. And then we have our actual carrier group over here, where our strongest battle cruiser is, because it has the most AA. Alright then, so. Okay, so that exceeds our strike. That exceeds the strike capacity of Hertha. So I think, this be like 12, 12, and 10? So then you need to be 13. So ready those guys. Okay, so we get torpedo, torpedo, fighter, and fighter. I think these are these supposed to be... Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Okay, spawning value is the same on these. So then... Yeah, 16 torpedo bombers, 7 fighters, and then 11 and 8. We'll go with that. So you get... Yeah, okay, torpedo bomber, fighter. We'll reduce that down to 12. Ready that strike. And you have torpedo bomber, fighter. Reduce that down to 12 and 8. Ready to strike. Okay, it's morning as well. Okay, so our main group is Hansa, Ater Friedrich, and Hindenburg. And then back here we have Friedrich Karl and Rune, which are two of our better ships. I would love to get Friedrich Karl in combat, but... Okay. Should probably increase cap over the division. Like, one, yeah. Okay, air formation's ready. Air formation's ready. We should be able to get a detection off on wherever these Russians are. Cap? Okay, friendly cap shoots down a plane. Got a report from over here. Interesting. 20 knots, turn this way. You guys turn back. Okay, we definitely have targets. The problem is our carriers are screaming into them full force. So I'm going to... Wait, what are you guys? You're screen for Hertha. Yeah, I'm going to take manual control over you and send you this way. Okay, so we have targets spotted. I want the group... I want these guys here. Your target is battleships, and you will go after that. So, launch that strike. Actually, yeah, coordinate it. Same with you. You guys have more fighter protection and more planes overall, so you guys are going to go after the CVLs and do that. Okay, so coordinate a strike per carrier. Launch. And now we have our other carrier division, which I'm going to switch back to the battleship, or battlecruisers. Go back to BB. Okay, this is going to get risky. You know, stay AI controlled. Go to 22 knots. Okay. Our strikes have taken off. We have found them. The enemy battleship. From what we can ID. Irresistible's been hit. Irresistible hit it. Oh, that's a CA. Interesting. So that's the scout group. We got an enemy BB over there. Yeah, form line ahead. We might not be able to find the BB division with these guys, but we might still be able to hit that CV division. Okay. Please turn this way. So we're hitting the Grama Boy, but we really need to hit these guys. Oh, they're attacking our installation. So they might still be able to hit the installation. Unsighted opens guns at irresistible. They got something else. Yep, got another division up there. Okay, so we're starting to trade fire with those guys. These guys are trading fire with these guys. And fortunately, British ships are starting to take hits. Well, ours are still pretty well formed up. Might do a little turn like this. So it looks like they did not correctly interpret the direction that these guys were going in, but we might still be able to hit those carriers. In the meantime, we are hitting these guys. We're fighting over here pretty well. Yeah, Hansa's taking hits and not much is happening. So the other thought is to move our carriers more north. And get them a little closer. God damn it. Okay, they're sending a battleship directly at us. Oh my god, they found nothing. All our scout plane reports have just meant our airstrikes got wasted. I need to manually order airstrike locations again. Because that's what's screwing me over, is not manually ordering them. Aircraft catapult hit on Ito Friedrich. So Ito Friedrich's taken a bit of damage, but the other ones are relatively okay. Oh, good shot. Good shooting there. So we knocked out a gun on that one. You guys form in line ahead, please? Like I ordered you to? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Hindenburg has found the range on this battleship. God damn it. They managed to get excellent aircraft strikes off on us, and our airstrikes did not find them. I wish you could just, like, recall your airstrikes. Okay, so that battleship's trying to retreat. I think we've jammed the rudder on this one. Alright, good shooting, Ito Friedrich. So we've nailed one. The Ismail's heavily damaged. That's heavily damaged. Okay, so the reason I want to try to get these guys up here is because of their escort division. Because Friedrich Karl is such a powerful ship that if we can get those guys in combat, I mean, that can majorly influence this fight. Oh my god, whatever. Okay, why are our aircraft, like, not finding anything and the enemy aircraft just finding us constantly? How did these guys not find any CVs? So the CVs probably went this way. Okay. The Ismail's gone dead in the water. It is sinking. What about that other Ismail class right there? Oh, hey! One of our groups found him. Cool. There we go. Yeah, you need to hit that BC division. Nice hit! So whatever that is has now been hit by 3 torpedoes, if our reports are correct. Okay, we've flash-fired the sinking Ismail. Oh, we're running out of ammo. Ah, oh, crap. Whenever you can, please go this way. Hey, we found them again. Oh. We found the CVLs. We hit something over there with the torpedo. Nice! We hit the Tundra with the torpedo! Okay. Whatever that is has slowed massively down. Okay, so one of our merchants is gonna sink, but we're hitting this with torpedoes too. Wow. That's not good. That's not good. Hansa is now gonna be slowed. Or Hansa's now dead in the water. Unidentified ship hit with the torpedo over there. Okay, do we have any additional strikes on any of these guys? So it looks like Wittelsbach's strike is back. So we are reporting CVLs over here. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, this is... Oh, yep. Got something. This might allow us to refocus in the Mediterranean properly. The Ismail's done! Okay, okay, target the Tundra. Target the Tundra. She's crippled. Oh my god! Oh, what the hell's over here? So... Oh crap, so our CVs are sailing straight into whatever this is. So, I'm gonna take Friedrich Karl and do this. On the other hand, whatever that is sinking. So these planes were probably just returning to the carriers and then found this battleship or battlecruiser out there and it's like, "Ooh, let's torpedo this." Okay, so the Tundra is seriously crippled at this point. And they're hitting! Oh shit. Yep, we're scoring hits on the Tundra. Okay, we're hitting whatever that CA is. Oh, that was another Ismail class. Ismail's now spotting our carriers and can't do anything about it because it's sinking. Okay, so the Tundra is down. We want to turn this way. Okay, so I will adjust the location. We got no strike packages somewhere over there. We'll go there and hope that that's close enough to accurate. Okay. That battleship is sinking. Oh, they found the grabber boy! Ah! Hans is avoiding torpedoes. That's not good. Hold away. Destroyer with the torpedo. Oh, this is good. Oh, man. Poor Russia. I think Russia is regretting every single life choice they have made right now that has led to this moment. We blew up a destroyer. We just blew up a destroyer because we could. Okay. Ah, crap. Alright, yeah. For now, we'll go this way. At 20 knots. Actually, what's our squad max? Go this way at 16. It's probably best if you guys go back to AI control. Okay, so... Oh, that's a cripple. What is that? What is that? Investigate. Something over there. Cool. Yeah, okay, we know that one's sinking. Okay, so have any torpedo bombers returned? It looks like Veneta. Just, yeah, launch that over there. Got any over there? Nope. Got any here? Nope. I guess Schwaben technically has some, but not too many. I'll hold off on launching more from Schwaben for the moment. Okay, so that's a destroyer. It is now... Oh, no, that's not good. Okay, Iter Friedrich, go to AI control, please. Actually, you know what? I'll keep you under manual. You should be going 16. And for now... Yeah, actually, probably don't hold fire for the moment. Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, hold fire. Hold fire for like 10 minutes. Okay, go back to AI control. Yeah, So next goal is to run down the enemy aircraft carriers. Okay, so Venetta's getting stuff flying. We have another strike from Zaringen ready. Which, yeah, just launch that, like, here. And launch that, like, here. So, Zaringen and Braunschweig will be launching. No, keep that current location. Okay, so each to Friedrich, are you limiting your flooding? Yeah, your flooding is under control at this point. Just go. Hold fire for 10 minutes. Oh no. Oh, we hit one of their destroyers with a torpedo. Yep. Full speed. Keep that current location. Now go down to 18 knots. Yeah, keep that current location. God damn it. Okay, no bomb hits. Where are their CVLs? They have suffered irreplaceable battlecruiser losses at this point. Unknown ship, yeah, back there. Nothing back here is important. What's their most recent CVL report? Down here. Yes to all. So where's it saying that their CVLs are down here? Come on. That's our last report. Which way were they moving? Course north. So we should have intercepted them if that was what they were doing. Unless they moved up here. You guys really need to go this way. Okay. They're still trying to torpedo bomb us. Should I get you guys' cap up to, like, maximum? Just because there's so many planes trying to attack you. He did go north. Okay. We need to do this. We need more visibility. Shit. Might be good to run this way. Run south, meet up with the carriers. Oh, we're getting reports over here. Do we have just anything we can send? Just launch there. Yeah, okay, you guys got nothing else you can send. Wittelsbach. Crap. That might be the loss of Wittelsbach. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to take manual control over you, Wittelsbach, and drop you down to like 10 knots. Alright, now you can go back to AI control. No, keep that current location. Okay, so this is where their carriers were last sighted. So we think they're over here. I think this is where their carriers were last sighted. Okay. We have an airstrike underway. Under fast speed. Yes. Someone's shooting at something. Oh, Zaringen bomb hit. God damn it! No. Okay. No other issues. I'm gonna request land-based. Can I request land-based cap over this unit? Specifically you. Yeah, I need land-based cap. Crap. Zaringen fire spreads. Manual control. 10 knots. Go to cruise speed. Keep her in. Found something. Found you! Bastards. Okay, you know what? Take manual control over these guys. And 10 knots, go this way. And then you guys go this way. So the hope there is that these guys will eventually, or Zaringen will eventually put out her fire if we go slow enough. So I'm going to temporarily go to 8. And I think it's now time to take manual control over these guys. And send them up this way. Okay, target the CVLs. Target those CVLs. That's what we need dead. Yeah, target those CVLs. God damn it. Go like 2 knots. And you, please go back this way. It's an enemy CVL trying to make a run for it. I think they've now realized they're boxed in. CVL's just steaming south, runs straight into Friedrich, Karl, and Rune. We're like, we don't have any kills yet. Okay, seriously though, you guys need to go as slow as possible. Actually, just hit 0 knots now. Just don't move. Okay, so we nailed 1. Okay, there we go. Weather limits air operations. Yep, okay. So these guys are probably going to go back. Right. So yeah, we're just going to leave her on speed 0 for now. Especially with, you know, weather limiting float plane operations. So the current goal is to smack these CVLs into non-existence. No, smack them into compliance. There we go. That's the statement. Unfortunately, the weather's getting rough here. On the other hand, that ship looks slow. You guys need to go 0. You guys need to stay going 0 knots. Okay, so we got 1 on fire. It's a good sign. Let's turn this way. Pad controlled. 0 knots. I'm just set these guys. No! No! 10 knots, 10 knots. Okay. Turn back, turn back. Okay, you know what? AI control, cruise speed. I don't think we're catching that other one. I said 0 knots! Seriously! Do not move! Okay, you know what? Normal speed. Okay, so that's the crippled carrier. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get you really close, and I'm just gonna order you to go at 0 knots until Zaringen either is abandoned, or she's recovered. But I think she's gonna sink at this point. Yep. Uh, Carrier fire's just impossible to deal with. Alright, fine. AI control on Braunschweig. Alright, that's another CV lost. On the other hand, I think that is a pretty devastating blow against Russia. But it's just, god damn it, we couldn't catch those CVs at the end. They'd slipped far enough to the side that I just couldn't find them. On the other hand, I do think this battle is a victory, given that the Russian battlecruiser force has pretty much been defeated at this point. There's nothing much they can do with battlecruisers, or, you know, heavy capital ships at this point. But unfortunately, we lost Zaringen, which is not great. This may allow us to actually put some units in reserve and start focusing more on the Mediterranean. Okay. Okay, not terrible. That is... I mean, that's definitely a result I will take. Even though we did lose that CV, we did sink 3 CVLs and damage their remaining one. So, Rimnik. Yeah, we were scoring 16-inch hits on her. Lots of 16-inch hits. Oh, God. Yeah, she just took a fair amount of 16-inch hits and sank. Fokshani. So we're scoring 16 inchers on her, and then she's sinking, and she got shot up a bunch afterwards. Kaliakria. Okay, so there's some 16-inch hits there. Then she takes 3 torpedoes. 2 more torpedoes, and that was sinking. So those were from... First 3 were from Wittelsbach, and the other ones were from Veneta. Houghton is the next one we sink, so she's taken lots of 16-inch hits. And then, yeah, sinking. And then, yeah, we just continue doing that. Oh, yeah, flash fire from Repulse. Ismail. Okay, so she was taking lots of 16-inch hits at first. And then, yeah, she's just sinking after that many 16-inch hits and just continue to get shot up. I think that was the one which sank by the carriers. And then Corfu. Yeah, so she takes a few. She takes 5 torpedoes from Schwaben and just sinks. Oh no, that was the one getting shot up. I don't know which one exploded then. So Zaringen, yeah, Zaringen took that bomb hit, and the fires went from, 2 bomb hits, fire spreads to 2. We almost got it under control, and then just nope. I want to figure out what was it. Ismail which exploded? No, you just got shot up a bunch. What was the one which exploded? Was it Houghton? Might have been Houghton. Oh yeah, for flash fire on Houghton. One of these other ones exploded too. Not that. Was it Fokshani? Was Fokshani the other one which flash fired? Maybe it was Rimnik? One of the Tendra? Oh yeah, turret flash fire from Ito Friedrich after she had sunk. So yeah, Zaringen unfortunately sank. Grama Boy. So this was a heavy cruiser. So she was taking just 16-inch hits from everything and sank and took a couple torpedoes. Seville Donetsk took a couple torpedoes and sank. Polinarda, Zvezda. So this was the one which was trying to flee and fled straight into the 19-inch guns of Friedrich Karl and 16-inch guns of Rune. So he's just fleeing down south like, okay, I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna get away. But then two more battlecruisers just loom out of the distance. No. Itil was the last one we sank. So this one we did set on fire with a few hits. Mitra Friedrich did take that torpedo hit, so she took some 16-inch hits from Fokshani and Rimnik. Her torpedoes from Zadorny. Irresistible took some damage. Some 16-inch hits. And then some 600-pound bomb hits. So we sank this destroyer. This was one, okay, 6-inch magazine hit, she exploded. Gromki we sank, so it was just some 6-inch hits, which put her down. Zarki, so okay, so she was getting shot up a lot by everything, and she's sinking because of all the 5 and 4-inch hits, and 6-inch hit it looks like, and gets torpedoed. Vesely, yeah, 5 6-inch hits, and just sinks through progressive flooding. So Hansa, yeah, she doesn't take too much. Actually, I should probably scroll through this a little slower, just so this is all recorded. So this was their CBL that got away, despite taking 4 16-inch hits. A little stupid, but okay. So they sank a merchant with a couple torpedoes. Okay, so that was from a sub. That was from some 500-pound bomb hits. We lose this destroyer due to a torpedo from a sub. Okay, so we hit these destroyers with some 6-inch shells, but it didn't do enough. Wittelsbach took that bomb hit. Thankfully, it was a dud, and we got the fire under control. Repulse, yeah, it didn't take much. Okay, so we get this little merchant, 2 torpedo hits from their CVLs. Medium hits on that destroyer. Hits on that destroyer. I'll just quickly go through the rest of these. So these are, looks like some of our destroyers. So yeah, that was an extremely devastating defeat for Russia. Yeah, they did get some bomb hits on our facility, which they were trying to sink. But yeah, devastating defeat for Russia. Good victory for us. Yeah. Okay, new flying boat prototypes are ready. These are pretty similar to our current ones. Speed's worse, range is way better though. Probably go for this one. Oh my, they have 207 operational enemy subs. What the fuck? Yeah. Interesting. Let's increase our research a little bit before I exit here. But yeah, that hurt Russia. That wiped out, nearly wiped out their carrier fleet and chunked their battle fleet in half. So yeah, that hurts a lot. And our losses were relatively minor. Actually, how many ships can we support in the Med right now? I was hoping Britain would allow us to support more, but apparently not. It may have to be something where I start rotating ships in and out of the Mediterranean. So, like, might rotate these two out. Oh, let's rotate Lutzow out. Let's rotate all these guys out. Okay, so move those guys to Northern Europe. So then Friedrich Karl, the two Hansas, and Hindenburg will, maybe not yeah, these ships will replace the ones we're moving out. So then, yeah, these two are moving out, which means that I'm gonna probably move the Venettas into the Mediterranean. And then destroyer-wise, let's take a look at what we have. So I'll move these guys out. So that is 12 destroyers. Move into Northern Europe. So we got 12 destroyers we need to replace. And then move these guys into the Mediterranean. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to start thinking about trying to get a battle in the Mediterranean here soon. But, I mean, Russia in Northern Europe has been pretty badly beaten at this point. And it's honestly very possible that I can consider reserving the Moltkas for a little bit of extra cash. But I think I will keep, probably reserve First Bismarck as well. And mess with the research rate. See if we can invade. See if we can invade Sardinia. Okay, cool. Actually, I don't think we have the force to do that, so let's cancel that. Let's go to like 7% research, so we make a little bit of money for a couple months. But yeah, I think Russia at this point is, that hurt them. That hurt them really badly. And honestly, I think that's where I'm going to call the live stream. It's midnight, and I've been going for, over 3.5 hours, and we have a excellent victory. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this German playthrough of Rule the Waves 2. If you haven't been watching this on Twitch, links to my Discord, YouTube, and Twitter are down below. You can go to YouTube to watch old live streams of this channel, including of this series. You can go to Discord to join it and get notifications on when the live streams go live, and you can go to Twitter now to get notifications when the live streams go live, but also to watch me argue about spaceflight sometimes. If you haven't been watching this on YouTube instead, if you haven't watched this on YouTube instead, then the Twitch or the YouTube link would be redundant, so it's instead replaced with a Twitch link, and you can go to that Twitch link and go there to watch me live stream this. Follow me there if you want to see these and chat with me when I'm live or whatever. Yeah, that'll be in the description below. I do have a link to if you want the website to download the game or buy the game as well, I should say. It's also down there. I think I've updated that now to be the modern website. Although I haven't gone back through the older versions to update it, so I need to do that. And if you're watching on Twitch, though, it is buttons you have to push, so to do all the things, and I don't have the game link there, or the download game purchase link there. So yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys next time then. All right. Bye! Didn't hold them on as well as I normally do. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'll be back with some KSP hopefully very soon. Maybe that'll be what I do tomorrow. I don't know. Bye.